Hello everybody, I wanted to make a vlog tonight because I was bored and I also was just in a very reflective mood and I just kind of wanted to talk about college and what's been going on with me for the past few weeks. So I've been here for 3 weeks officially. I've been here at college and it's been interesting so far. It's not what I expected, and I don't really say that meaning that it's worse than I expected or it's better than I expected. It's just very different. I don't know. I somehow thought when I got to college I would be like transformed into a socially intelligent creature. I am not very good at like handling social situations and navigating stuff like that. And I thought I would just like be better at it at college because it was a fresh start and I didn't have any of the same things going on that I did at home, I guess, in terms of like in high school, like knowing everybody and not really liking them, and it would be a more diverse group of people. And I'm also going to a pretty big school, so there's that too. So yeah, and I don't know, I thought I would be different, but I'm not really. I'm really not feeling the social stuff. I have one good friend that I've been hanging out with and stuff, and I had a couple other friends, but that kind of, like, fell apart. So that is not really anything. And my best friend and I, who's not from here, we've been on a really, like, rocky road ever since I've been here. Not really anymore. Not in the last couple of days. But before that, we were just kind of all over the place and not talking for a while. And it really did take a toll on me emotionally. Because I do rely on this person kind of as my rock. And, honestly, I'm going to say that this person does determine my happiness in some ways. Because if there's something going on between us, or we're having a conflict, or we're not getting along, or whatever, it affects my mood, it affects my days, it affects how I'm feeling and how I'm doing. So, maybe that sounds bad, but it is what it is. So that's been going on with that. In terms of, like, actual academics, I've been doing really well. I just haven't had a whole lot of schoolwork to do. I'm in 2 classes. 2. One is a general ed class, and one is a women and gender studies class. And the women and gender studies class, it's pretty easy. It's not a hard class. I already know all the material. And we have like a moderate amount of homework. We mostly have these like essays that we write. I think we've written like 3 or 4 so far. And yeah. And I've been getting 100% on all of them. So that's been good. So there just hasn't been like that. It hasn't been stressful, which I'm the type of person, I really can't handle a lot of classes, at the same time. I don't know what it is. I'm just like not cut out for it. I don't have like that strong of a work ethic towards my schoolwork. And like, it's very hard for me to like juggle like 5 classes or 6 classes at once. So I tend to stick to 4. 4 tends to work for me. That's what I'm doing next semester. I'm doing 4. I'm in the summer, so the semester is shorter anyway. It's only like a 6-week semester. So yeah. But I'm interested to see like how the other classes are going to be in the fall. If they're going to be harder than community college, if they're going to be comparable to community college, what the deal is going to be. So that'll be interesting. And then so that's that. And then in terms of my productivity and artisticness, I don't know another word for that. It's been better than ever before here at college. And by productivity, I mean projects, internship, etc. So I have just been doing a lot of stuff. I've been feeling passionate. I've been feeling engaged. I've been feeling motivated. And it's not that I don't at home. I just, in some ways, find it harder. I don't know what it is. I'm the type of person that my workspace is outside. So, like, most of the work that I do is on my computer. right? But in terms of like where do I work the best, where do I get the most done, where am I the most productive, that happens outside of my home. So my home is like my dorm right now, my home space, my home base. So that means I go to coffee shops, to go to ice cream shops, etc., the library, to go work, because I get better results doing that versus sitting at home. And when I'm actually at home, since I don't drive and nothing's within walking distance, I don't really have the opportunity to do that, to go walk somewhere. I have to sit at home and do my work. And that usually leads, to me sitting on the internet or watching TV or like doing like really unproductive sedentary things that I don't want to be doing and I know I shouldn't be doing, but they happen anyway. And yeah, that really sucks, I think, in a lot of ways. And that's why I'm glad I'm here, because I can walk places. I can go to a coffee shop. I can go to the library anytime I want to. During the school year, they're going to be open 24 hours a day. Right now, they're still open till like midnight. But yeah, so I have more like freedom here in a lot of ways, and I don't have my parents here. I like talking to my mom, and I do call her like every day, but it's a little bit different to be able to call my mom because I want to, versus interacting with my mom at home. And I think I appreciate her a lot more, and I think because we're not together all the time in the same space, we get along better. And I think it's been really good for our relationship. And I figured it would be, and people said that it would be, but it really has been. It's really been good. And artistic, I've been starting to watercolor. I've been doing that really, really consistently, and I've been loving it, and I've been feeling a lot of creative energy. And I just, I feel that flow, that flow. There's science behind the flow, by the way. I've been feeling that, and it's been really good, and I've just felt really good about all of that stuff. And I feel like my life is gaining more meaning and perspective, and, I'm learning more about myself, and also, how to be a real grown-up. College is like the kindergarten of being a grown-up. You know what I mean? In some ways, you're independent, you're autonomous, but in some ways, you're not. And, you still have people looking out for you and helping you out and paying for your shit. So, in some ways, you're an adult, in some ways, you're not. Because obviously, living in a dorm, for example, you're... I have a single. Most people have a double. But I'm in a single. So I kind of have, a studio apartment, sort of. Or, I'm renting a room. It's probably a little bit more like that. It's I'm renting a room, right? So, with that, I have my own space, following certain rules, I can't paint my walls or something. But, I can hang up decorations. I can do what I want with my space. To a certain degree, but it's mine, my parents aren't here, no one's telling me, clean your room, do this, do that, do your laundry, you determine that for yourself. You're the one making the rules for yourself, and not just with living space, with everything. But I think in that sense, you are an adult, because you have to police yourself, you have to monitor yourself, you have to make your own decisions. You don't have mom and dad on your ass all the time. And in the ways you're not an adult, it's because you are monitored. Obviously, most people have their parents helping them out financially in some way. So there's that. It's really important. You've also got, university rules and stuff like that. Out in the world, they don't have, you have to, do this, this, and this, and go to this orientation, and take this class, and do... this internship. You don't have to, do all of those specific things necessarily. You still have rules in the world, but at college you have the rules of the world and the rules of the university. And, there's certain things you have to do, and all of that magical, wonderful stuff. And, you're more restricted in a lot of ways, too. For example, I believe, every freshman has to have a meal plan. And, I'm somebody where I would rather not have the meal plan and just use that money to go out and buy food for myself. But you have to have it. And, it's godly expensive, but, you have to have it if you go to school here. Which, I don't believe in policies like that. Why shouldn't you get to decide? It's an easy way for them to make money, but you know, I'm all for, like, you should get to decide. You shouldn't have to be an upperclassman to decide if you want to buy food at the dining hall. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, we have a flex system here anyway, so that's a whole different story. But anyhow, you know, you're restricted in that sense. And usually you're not really financially independent. You know, like I was talking about, usually you have somebody supporting you, somebody helping you out. Even if you have a job, it's probably not a full-time job. It's probably not a well-paying job. You know, you don't have the means to support yourself. And, you know, you do have to ask your parents for things. You have to ask them if you want to buy a new computer, whatever the case is. And, you know, you can't just, like, go and do that yourself with your money. I mean, you can if you have the money, but, you know, like, assuming you don't. So, anyway, so there's that. So, that's the thing. College, it's like baby adulthood. It's like preparing you for adulthood, sort of. I don't know if anything can honestly really prepare you for adulthood besides, like, actually just doing it and being an adult. But you have more freedom here. And I like it. I'm somebody that's very independent and, like, I like being on my own. So I really like it. You know, I'm really, like, excited by it. I like being able to go where I want to go during the day, at night, you know, and, like, do what I want to do instead of having somebody, you know, constantly monitoring me, or, like, I don't have a car, you know, at home, so that's hard. People that do have cars at home, you know, find being here worse, you know, because you can't really have a car if you're a freshman, not really even a sophomore. And parking, even if you can't have a car, parking here is often impossible, and often you'll be, like, your parking assignment or whatever will be, like, on the other side of campus from your dorms, so you don't end up even, like, using your car anyway, and all that stuff, yeah. So anyway, this is getting long and ranty, but I just wanted to talk about how I was doing here and do a vlog, because I haven't done one of these in a long time, guys. Been missing you. Love ya. Kisses. I was like, making out with my hand. That's kind of weird. But anyway, I will see you guys later. Bye.